नमस्कार COEPN. आज 21 जून 2023 आपल्या COEP तंत्रज्ञान विद्यापीठाला बरोबर 1 वर्ष पूर्ण झालं आणि ते वर्ष पूर्ण झाल्याबद्दल आपल्या सर्वांशी संवाद साधावा याच्यासाठी मी इथं आपल्या पुढे उपस्थित आहे. हे सगळं सांगत असताना माझ्या स्वतःच्या गेल्या 30 वर्षातील या महाविद्यालयातील आणि मग या विद्यापीठातील केलेलं काम आणि त्याबद्दलच्या भावना अत्यंत उचंबळून आलेल्या आहेत. When I look back and identify what this university has gained in last year, there are many things which have happened. So I wanted to talk to you about few particular things. One is the era where we were not autonomous. That is the era before 2003. As you all know, our institution was established in 1854 and none other than Sir Mokshagundam Vishweshwarya, the first Bharat Ratna, was the student of this institution. And we all are proud about his achievements in engineering, particularly in civil engineering. After that, we have seen many past students, those who have contributed immensely in various fields of technologies. And we all are proud about them. But in those days, we were university affiliated system or university affiliated institution. But at the same time, we were enjoying autonomy prior to 1983, where the private engineering colleges started coming up on the technical education fora. Till that time, we were really autonomous because this was the only institution in Pune University. So, same faculty members, the same students, as if we are autonomous institution. But after that, in 83 onwards, what happened, there are many institutions which opened. And because of that, Pune University per se have many engineering colleges. And I'm sure few of my friends have gone through that era also. And they must have enjoyed postponing of the examination, getting the papers late, fighting for the preparation leave with the university, and so many things. These were the memories which we carry for last so many years. But in 2003, thanks to Government of India and the Technical Education Quality Improvement Program, we got autonomous status. What do we mean by autonomy is the freedom for curriculum setting, which is called as academic autonomy. We have managerial autonomy. We have administrative autonomy, as well as we were having financial autonomy also. In those 20 years, starting with 2003 up to 2022 per se, these years, the institution got transformed because of untiring efforts of all the faculty members and the students and the past students. In short, I will call this as all stakeholders of this institution work hard and build the brand COEP. And I'm sure you all are proud of this brand COEP. All the time we keep on saying what is COEP. And we are fond of the boat club, the cafeteria, the classrooms, the laboratories, the teachers, the facilities available in the classroom, or even the hostel. We enjoyed our stay in the hostel. We enjoyed food in the hostel. And that is where the cooperative bond or the collaboration really came up, because all the messes which we are having there in hostel were run by the students. And these mess management used to be very complicated type of a work which you must have enjoyed when you were a student. And the current students are equally enjoying because we have kept that tradition intact. The students are managing the mess administration even today. Now, if you look at the autonomy per se, it was initially, that was the dream of many professors who were working in this institution in early 1970s. And they wanted this institution, a premier institution of the country, third oldest institution of the country, to become either university or become autonomous institution. Many efforts were made by those professors, but unfortunately, we remain affiliated institution, though other institutions became either university or IITs. But we remained there. At least in 2003, because there was a need to improve the quality of technical education, Government of India felt it right that we need to give them autonomy and freedom to experiment. Now, I want to say this loudly because all what we had done in these 20 years basically were the academic experiments. Just by buying instruments, just by renovating the laboratory, won't help to any institution unless and until all the stakeholders of the institution take part in the growth story of that institution. And that is what exactly happened when first Dr. Ghatol, then Dr. Kokate, Jog Madam sometime in between, then Professor Sahasrabuddhe, Anil Sahasrabuddhe came from IIT Guwahati, and he transformed the entire education system of this premier institution of the country. And that is where, because of the freedom which was given, we use that freedom to ensure that all those things which we were doing are streamlined. All those things which we were having on the campus, we started taking pride of it. All my faculty colleagues spent a lot of late hours sitting in the laboratories, mentoring and tutoring the students, giving them full access to the laboratory. And I still remember few of the laboratories used to remain open even in the late night or even full night. And most of the time, the keys of those laboratories used to be with the postgraduate or undergraduate students. Now that's the culture which was inculcated by Professor Sahasrabuddhe and continued by Professor Ahuja and then Professor Sutavne, who recently got an appointment as Director IIIT at Allahabad. And that's the reason I'm sitting here as the Vice Chancellor of COEP Technological University. Being a student of this premier institution, I understand there are a lot of difficulties, lot of challenges which we do have as a university. But whatever has happened, the good things which happened in the era of autonomy, like the club culture, we have more than 50 clubs on this campus. We have one satellite, Pico satellite launched by the students of the same institution. And then now these students are designing another satellite. There are students who kept on winning the prizes in Baja and all other all-terrain vehicles competitions. There are students from this institution now, and now the university, they are taking part in robotics competition, not at national level, but at international level also. And they are giving prizes, taking prizes from winning prizes for this university. Now, if you just look at this, the fundamental things have not changed. COEP used to get good, talented students across the state. What I mean by across the state, because ours is a state university. So naturally, the students used to come from domicile Maharashtra per se. In few departments, and my colleagues must remember, there was a quota for the university also. So it was really a gathering of Maharashtra students on the campus. Similarly, slowly, we started realizing that it's a homogeneous group of students. We need some heterogeneous flavor to this campus. And the first thing which we have done after getting the university status, we started inducting 25% students with JEE score across the country. And that's the reason last year we got around 140 students through JEE quota. So naturally now what is going to happen is you will find a friend who is from Arunachal Pradesh sitting next to you. Previously, what used to happen is a student next to me sitting maybe from Nashik, maybe from Nagpur, maybe from Chandrapur. And that's the basic change wherein we started understanding and realizing as teachers also that these type of students, this type of cultural exchanges would help immensely to all the students on this campus. India is a huge country, and that's where we have to have a flavor of all these type of students coming on the campus. Similarly, we do have and we continued for the quota of NRI, the foreign nationals or the Indian origin students, and that quota remained. And the reason for that is we want to give access to education to everybody who is in the merit. Let us not forget, all the admissions of this institution or now the university are through merit only. Now, if I really look at what we gained in those 20 years and what that has supported us, helped us in developing this as a university, the first and foremost thing is when you get the freedom of setting up the curriculum. Now, the teacher, very, very important stakeholder of this entire system, if you take that freedom, the accountability comes. Because now you can't blame universities saying that they have not changed the curriculum, so my students are not up to the date. The examinations are not being conducted regularly or in time. Because of that, they are not getting time for internship. Now, these excuses will never be there. And that is the precise thing which happened on this campus, wherein students enjoyed the internship, enjoyed a break in between, instead of staying late night and completing the submissions or the examinations. So the academic calendar is scrupulously followed as far as this institution is concerned. That's the first advantage which we realized. The second advantage which we realized is the industry interaction. I just want to tell you that in each department of COEP, minimum 2 labs are there funded by the industries. And those industries are basically from the niche areas. Just to mention few, I don't want to quote the names of all, but just to mention few, we have a laboratory of advanced electronic product manufacturing. We have a smart manufacturing laboratory. We have distributed control system laboratory. We have switchgear laboratory. We have corrosion laboratory. These are the laboratories used to be, when I was a student, used to be a dream, but now it has become reality. So that's the second advantage which we got because of autonomy. The third most important advantage which we received from this autonomy is we started realizing that whenever you are running an institution, we have to take the financial liability also. Because in certain cases, what happened is the amount of money which used to come from the government is now getting restricted only for the salary of the faculty members only. But I must appreciate the role of government of Maharashtra in nurturing this institution and now the university, because though it is said that government will provide you the grant for only salary, this particular government of Maharashtra per se, for last 20 years, they supported us for infrastructure development also. Now these infrastructure developments are a must. You can't raise money for infrastructure development just from the company. You have to do something. And that's where the program which we have carved out, and thanks to the government of Maharashtra, because they gave us a land of 28 acres near Chikli, in Moshi area, industrial area. And on top of that, the government gave us a grant of 150 crores to set up 8 centers of excellence in the area of sensors, nanomaterials, smart manufacturing, data analytics lab, and so on and so forth. And that's how the girls' hostel came. And I can say proudly, all my undergraduate girl students can now stay safely in the campus. Previously, what used to happen is parents were a bit reluctant if the girl student won't get the admission in the hostel, though she is getting admission in the COEP a particular branch. But there was a hesitation. Now that hesitations, because of such hesitations, normally the number of girl students coming to COEP, and few of my friends must be realizing that in those days, many girl students were really not there, not because of the hostel facility, but in total, the girl students coming for the engineering education used to be not a phenomenon as such. Slowly, the scenario has changed, and I must tell you, in certain pockets and in certain areas or the departments, more than 50% girl students are taking admission and they are enjoying engineering education along with my students, the boys also. And that's the bond, and that's how the relationships, and that's how the culture of working together develops. We are in a profession, and whenever you are in a profession, we have to behave professionally. So students started learning how to behave professionally. That's another advantage which we got. But I must tell all my past students, those who graduated before 2003 or so, they used to go for various lectures for first year from this department to that department, crossing the highway, because ours is a unique institution where highway is passing, railway is going nearby, river is next to us. Now the flyover is also there. Thankfully, airport is not there. And that's where our institution lies. And that's what we enjoyed. But now what had happened because of the construction of an academic complex, all the first year classes are now getting conducted at one place. The students need not go from here and there, so they can concentrate on their studies, and the labs are also attached. If you look at another advantage of the autonomy, which is very, very subtle advantage, the connect with alumni, connect with past students. There were deliberate efforts made because our alumni association is quite strong. The bonding with the students, the networking is so strong that you have to just say, I'm from COEP, I'm a COEPian. So we take pride in saying that I'm a COEPian. Now when you start connecting with them, there were few steps which were taken by my predecessors, and because of that, the alumni association became quite strong. And what is that strong means? We appealed, and I must tell you this incident. In the COVID period, we appealed to all the alumni members of this institution, saying that there are students, they are facing a lot of difficulties studying. At remote places they are there. Sometimes they get the connectivity, sometimes they don't get the connectivity, but many of them won't have laptops. And it is very difficult, and I must tell you that, it's very difficult to study using a mobile phone. Now the moment we raised this issue and it was circulated, I must appreciate the effort of the industry partners and all alumni of this institution. We could collect 275 laptops, and we could give those laptops to those students at their doorstep. And that's how it happens, and because of that, thanks to you, and I must salute your efforts in making sure that these laptops reached, and because of that, those students need not discontinue their study. This was a difficult time actually, the difficult time for humanity even, and we stood by. And I must say that all my past students kept on asking what type of help you need. And that is the extension of help which we started doing this help or going for this help using Alumni Association, and that help is called a Student Support Club. Now that through Student Support Club, what is needed is, you all must be knowing that the CET toppers are coming to this institution. But many of them won't afford to pay the tuition fees. Many of them won't afford to pay the hostel fees. And many of them won't afford to pay the mess fees. What used to happen is, maybe we always say it with joking that having a vada pav and that's the end of the day. This is not really a nice situation. where we have strong alumni association, and we just informed this to the alumni association through student support club, and these are the ground realities. Can we help them? Just look at the type of help which we received. We received help equivalent to 150 students who got supported for all their financial needs. Not only that, Ashish Atlerkar gave us $1 million for supporting students for next 10 years. So we are going to use that endowment of Achlerkar endowment for supporting students. So what is important here, and that's the connect, and that's the COEP. What is important here is the students should feel very comfortable while coming here, that even if I don't have money, even if I have no money even for travel, for paying fees, somebody is there to take care of me, and that's the Alumni Association. We want to go a step ahead, and I want your support, wholehearted support of all stakeholders. We want to go ahead in the university structure and find out. It should not happen even that the student is bright, and now because he or she doesn't have money to come here, has not applied for the position in COEP. It should not happen. Instead of they coming to us and asking for the help, we should go out and tell them that yes, we are there to support you. Engineering education we will support. And after that, it's a natural phenomena that the chain reaction will happen. And because of that, the same students will start supporting their peers, their new students who are coming to COEP Technological University. And we wanted to start this chain. And that is a welcome move which happened in the era of autonomy. Now, the last thing about autonomy which happened, and I must appreciate and understand and then echo and continue working on those footsteps, is the freedom is given to faculty members to experiment with the curriculum, to experiment with the academics actually. The $1 million question you must have in your mind, and of course we do have, when industries came to us, and it is pinching, it's really painful for a teacher if somebody comes out and say that your students are not up to the mark. What I expect and what they know, there is a huge gap between these two things. What do we do with that? What is expected out of that? What is expected is simple. Unless and until industries start taking part in curriculum design, curriculum delivery, even some sort of assessment, then and only then things will happen. And that's what exactly happened in autonomy, where we were given a freedom to frame the curriculum. We were given freedom to change the curriculum. We were given the freedom for co-teaching. We were given the freedom to set challenging assignments. We were given freedom to make the experiments. Needless to mention that the last year's journal somebody easily can copy. But now the freedom was given to change the experiments, convert those experiments into challenging assignments. Now that freedom is phenomenal thing which happened as far as the autonomy of 20 years is concerned. Thanks to Project TechWhip, thanks to Government of Maharashtra, thanks to the Higher and Technical Education Department. Generally it is said that nobody wants to lose the control, administrative control on the institution. But here is an example where my Higher and Technical Education Department said, please go ahead and do the experiments. We are giving you freedom. We want you to excel in all walks of life as far as this institution is concerned. But now I am coming back to the university era. Last one year, we have become university. What is the change which happened actually? There is always a question. Is it only a name? Previously it was College of Engineering in Pune, an autonomous institute of Government of Maharashtra. Now it is COEP Technological University, a unitary state university. Unitary means we cannot affiliate any institution. It's non-affiliating institution, non-affiliating university. So is it just the sake of name? Is it a change? Is it something more than that? Now here is the strategy. Here is what I expect and I want that all of us should keep on doing, and that's why I chosen this platform to talk to you openly, so that you can also start contributing. My faculty members have also started contributing. They are working day and night and making sure that what is important for a university. Now, university should have a well-rounded approach for curriculum design. And that's where, thanks to central government, which rolled out the new national education policy in 2020. And we have been told now that this national education policy is to be rolled out from this year. It's a Herculean task, really Herculean task, because the expectations are huge. What are the expectations? Multiple entry, multiple exit. What are the expectations? Like taking a minor course in any area while doing engineering. What is the challenge? The major course. What is the challenge? Talking about or collaborating with other like-minded institutions. These are all challenges which are in front of us. And we are geared up to take up those challenges. And I can assure you, we will not fail. We will give an example to this country that how best an academic institution can experiment with the curriculum for the betterment of their past students, for the betterment of their graduating engineers. And that's what we wanted to do actually. And that's where all the functionaries now are in place. Quite recently, just 2 weeks before, Dr. Pramod Chaudhary, of the chairman of Praj Industries, took the charge as the chairman of Board of Governance. Along with him, other members have also taken charge, and we are expecting that the board will be formulated soon, and then the directions will start. We will get the directives from the board. At the same time, all the functionaries are in place, and there is a change in your institution. Not only it has become university, but now we have adopted a school structure. What do you mean by school? There is a school of electrical and communication, where electrical department, electronics and telecommunication department, and instrumentation and control department will work together under an umbrella of school. So there will be school of electrical and communication, so there will be school council. What is important about this experiment? I must tell you that the optimization of resources are mandatory. Duplication of subjects, duplication of pedagogy, duplication of laboratories need to be avoided. Otherwise, it will be futile exercise that the occupancy of lab is hardly 8 to 10 hours out of 40 hours. And that's the challenge actually. But all my deans of schools basically, so there is a school of electrical, school of mechanical and material science, school of computational, and which is basically computer and mathematics. Then you have a school of civil and planning. And then you have a school of applied science department where management is also part of that. So now the school structure is there. We have started working on developing, designing, implementing, and demonstrating to the world the curriculum which is NEP compliant, wherein a student will get highest amount of freedom to choose the courses. I heard few of the students, those who passed out maybe prior to 2003, or even sometimes in 2003 to 2023, saying that we had a permanent or elective. Only single elective was to be given, and students were forced to take that elective. The definition is only elective which you have to take. Now gone are the days. So we have to reach out to many, and that's where I need your help, those who are working in industry. What is the help which we need? We need to identify the system through which, and I'm sure Alumni Association is going to play a vital role in this exercise. What is that experiment? The experiment is, we want to have all my alumni, those who are working in industry, in niche areas, or in the areas where a clarity is required for use of theory in practice. The teacher will teach the theory, fundamentals, basic concepts, everything. But then there is always apprehension in the mind of the student. What is the use of this? Why am I studying this? And because of that block, probably what happens, students lose the interest in a particular subject. So our idea is to open this and ask all my senior members or alumni of this institution first and then COEP University, because it will take another 4 years to have first batch rolling out of university. But those who are already there, COEP and per se, can we work together? Can we identify the areas where you can pitch in, you can contribute, you can communicate your experience in that particular field along with my teacher? Maybe once in a week, and then you can distribute that. Maybe one of your friend can come, maybe somebody who is working can join afterwards. Slowly, this will become a practice wherein the idea is, and that's the ambitious idea, the idea is per unit. Generally, we have a unit of 6 hours. Per unit, at least 1 hour lecture in that preliminary or in that particular topic. What is happening in industry in that particular area? Can we have something like this? And I'm sure, looking at the potential, looking at your attachment with this institution and the university, I'm sure many will come forward. We are going to roll out this idea. We are really going to roll out this idea and get your concurrence, get your approval for this. Modalities can be worked out, but do let me know, how do you like this idea? Because you have to give back something to this institution which made me strong, which made me maybe working somewhere as a niche position. Or I'm taking project, a prestigious project, because of this institution. Are we not supposed to give back? We need to give back to this institution through this structure. That's the number one which we are expecting. Similarly, the agenda for the Chikli Park, we call that as a research park at Chikli. We want industry to partner in that particular area where you can come, you can contribute, your company can contribute, so that it will be a joint venture or collaborative research wherein the research will become fruitful. Otherwise, most of the time what happens, the research remains in the thesis, research remains in the journal, research remains in the CGPA or grade report. That's not a nice idea to happen. We need to change that, and for that change, what you need actually is your involvement. Because I can assure you, the involvement of current students, those who are in the campus, my existing faculty members, and all administrative staff, board, everybody is working hard on this idea. What is that idea? Idea is to convert this institution wherein we don't want to graduate mediocres. We don't want to create mediocres. We want to create somebody who can be working on niche assignments, very challenging assignments. And many of our students have proved that they have a potential. And many, that number is quite large. Now, if it is the case, why can't we come forward? Why can't we unite? And why can't we make this as a grand success as far as this idea is concerned? Please let me know your thoughts on that. We will be open. Please understand, this university needs support from everybody. Not only from past students, but we need support from industrial houses. We need support from corporate leaders. We need, of course, support from parents of the students even. We need support of everybody. And that's the reason on the first foundation day of this university, I congratulate all my students on campus, off campus, for conversion of this premier institution, which was a long pending aspiration of the students, either past or present students, to convert this into university. I take this opportunity to thank all those who supported this institution immensely. I will fail in my duty if I don't mention the Alumni Association of College of Engineering, Pune, where there is a loud thinking support available for the cause of developing this university into a research university for which world will be proud of. Thank you so much. Namaste.